I used to laugh at all the jokes and repost the videos. I followed Drew and haha, men suck. Yeah. And then I was in a relationship with a man who, for all intents and purposes, was very good to me. And I didn't respect him. And I ended up cheating on him.
Today we're gonna have an important discussion, one that I think a lot of people need to hear, men and women, but especially women, because there's a whole different side of TikTok that is specifically for women and breaking up relationships or just downright disrespecting men. Now, I know there's something similar to that on the men's side of TikTok and the internet in general. You got the red pill, the manosphere, all that. But you have to remember, men come to women. It's not the other way around. So what women choose to do with their bodies and themselves wholeheartedly is their responsibility, and they have to stay accountable for that. Men can't just do whatever they want with women. There's laws against that. So I think it's very important that we listen to what women have to say, because we need to understand where they go wrong and hopefully try to help them so we can have more healthy relationships as well as marriages and families. And another thing that I want to point out before we get started is the fact that hurt people hurt people. So usually you have this jaded individual, whether it's a man or a woman, and they bring that toxicity into their brand new relationship or situationship, and that's what gets the whole thing kicked off, where women feel like they have to get back at men and where some men feel like they have to get back at women. So that's just another piece of the puzzle that we have to understand. But we can dead this in its place if we understand what we want from each other and also what we expect from each other. Because not everybody wants to be married, have a relationship, have a family. Some people just want to smash and move forward. Let's get into it.
I'm so passionate about this topic of women seeing men as human and not just the butt of some joke on social media is because I used to be like y'all. I used to laugh at all the jokes and repost the videos. I followed Drew and haha, men suck. Yeah. And then I was in a relationship with a man who, for all intents and purposes, was very good to me. And I didn't respect him. And I ended up cheating on him. And I felt terrible for that.
I'm gonna give two perspectives here. The first one is, like she said, she was influenced by other women online, talking down upon men, probably because those other women had trash relationships or just chose bad men. So she thought, maybe I'm in a similar situation. Okay, we understand that part. But how about this? I think she never really respected her man to begin with, because if she did, she would know what she has. Let's be honest. I'm pretty confident that she thought, I'm young, I have a lot of life to live, and I probably have a lot more partners to go through. So she figured, I don't ever want to settle down with this dude. He's just a placeholder. More than likely, that's the case, especially if she cheated on the dude. It would be a different story if she just emotionally cheated or just wanted to be with somebody else. But no, she actually committed the act of cheating, meaning she never respected that dude to begin with. It wasn't just the women giving her bad advice. Her own morals and ethics were flawed as well. This could be due to many things, maybe seeing it within her parents. Her parents were broken up as a child, or just the company she keeps around herself. Maybe her friends are constantly in and out of relationships, cheating on their dudes. So she thought it was acceptable for her to do the same. And it was reinforced through watching these TikTok videos as well as other content around the internet that focuses on the division between men and women. That's crazy. Some men or some women could watch a video on TikTok or Instagram, be pissed off that there's some toxic relationship going on in the video, and then somehow they try to apply that to their relationship. That's ridiculous. Some people just look for problems. They don't really want to be happy. And the reality is they can't really be saved either. They have to save themselves.
And I didn't want to hide behind my emotions or how he made me feel or whatever. I had to put that on myself. I had to take accountability for that. I had to go to therapy for that. I had to realize that I was wrong, and the way that I saw myself in relationships and the way I saw men was not right. So I started talking and really listening to the men in my life, asking them questions, trying to see how they see things, understanding their perspective, watching male content creators, trying to hear them out.
And let's be honest, that's one thing that a lot of women are not willing to do, and it's due to immaturity. Yes, I know, men are exactly the same. They need to grow up, and if they dealt with a bad person in a relationship, you need to take full responsibility for that situation and say, you know what, I chose wrong, I thought this was a good person, turns out it wasn't, or even maybe they need to check themselves. Maybe they weren't the good person in the relationship. Maybe they drove that other person to be toxic and jaded. But the thing is, after you get out of that relationship, you need to check yourself and realize that's in the past, I'm moving forward. From here on out, I want better for myself. That's not always the case for some people. Some people are so immature, they just take that energy, they take that negativity and bring it right on to the next relationship or situationship, and then the cycle starts again. And that's the problem. These people have no self-awareness. They don't know what they don't know. They just know somebody did them wrong in a relationship, or they've been done wrong by somebody else and they don't know what to do with that frustration. They're just flustered. That's why people who are in a relationship say, you remind me of my ex, you act just like my ex. It's the same type of thing. If you ever hear that phrase while in a relationship, you need to drop that person immediately because they haven't healed yet. You have to have the current mindset where you focus on yourself, and if you're in a relationship, you want good for the relationship, but if it doesn't work out, so be it. Same thing for a marriage, same thing for any type of relationship that you have. Friendships, with friends, or even with family members. I love this person, I care for this person, but if they act out, if they have bad behavior, so be it. I will end this friendship, I would end this relationship that I have with these people because they're not the type of person I want to surround myself with. It doesn't matter if you've known this person for a couple months or years, decades. If they're showing bad behavior, it's time to drop it, let them mature, and if they never do, move on.
And what they said made a lot of sense. And I realized that these women were not being respectful towards men in the same way that they wanted respect from men. And I didn't like that. This all happened with my brain fully developing, so maybe some of the girlies just aren't there yet. But here's hoping that one day you learn to realize, if you haven't already, that men are people too. Just like women can be bad, men can be bad. Just like women can be good, men can be good. And here's hoping we all get to that realization eventually.
I didn't start becoming an internet addict until post 2020. So it's really weird to see all these different cliques, these different groups online, sharing hate, spreading hate. It's so weird to me. And then when I found the red pill and the manosphere, I just thought that was even more weird because I've never had a bad experience with a woman before. I've had women tell me stories of them doing dirt on different dudes and dudes doing dirt on them, but I've personally never experienced a bad situation with a woman where she cheated on me or she disrespected me or anything like that. So it's so weird, so foreign to me that these dudes take that energy and then give it back out to other women. They just sleep with them, love them, leave them, talk trash about them online. And that just confuses me because why would you ever get with a woman or sleep with a woman that you're gonna soon after talk trash about? And same thing for women. Why would you ever choose a man that's gonna do you dirty? And even if he honeypotted you, he love bombed you, can you not see through the deception? That's so obvious to me. But like I said, this usually deals with younger people, so maybe their brain hasn't fully developed yet. I don't know. When it comes to dating, one of the greatest things you could do for yourself is just develop self-awareness. When you have that first interaction or that second interaction with that person that you think is special, that you think you might want to go out with and date, ask yourself, do they really want me for me or because of what I have? The presentation that I'm displaying right now, the way that I carry myself. If they were to get with me, what do I bring to them? If you're a woman or if you're a man, you can ask yourself these questions and just really try to figure it out. Why are they trying to love bomb me within the first couple weeks of us talking and meeting? Why are they so sprung on me? I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm just saying, ask yourself these questions. Are they the desperate one or are you the desperate one? Something has to give, because at the end of the day, when people just get into a relationship or situationship just because, that's one of the worst things you can do. You guys don't even know if you really like each other like that. And what if a baby comes out of it? What if something else happens out of it? You don't want to deal with those situations or struggles. I really wanted to react to this video because I thought it was very special. You don't see too many people admitting that an online presence has influenced their relationship so much it drove them to do something crazy like cheating on their partner even though they were a good person. Share your comments down below. Tell me what you think about this situation. Do you have a similar story or people that you know where they're so chronically online, different communities on the damn internet are influencing their life directly but for the negative? Because obviously you have good communities out there, fitness community, gaming community, but you also got these toxic ones that strictly dislike the other side and they spread that hate and their messages through social media. If you guys are still here, thank you so much for watching. If you learned something new or just like the topic at hand, make sure you like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.